right, everybody, welcome. Thank you for making it on. So if you don't have one now, can you go and grab a pen and paper just while we have a little bit of a chit chat, because we're going to have a little bit of an interactive session in training tonight where I really want you guys to dig deep and really answer some of your own questions. So a pen and paper is definitely going to be handy. Now, also, if you're on before, you would have known that we're going to share the screen over to Miranda. So what I want to do is I'm just going to get you guys to tune into this video for a little bit. I've had a few conversations across the board in our calls that we've organised, and it seems that a lot of people are basing their decisions and their business opportunities in fear rather than in love. So what I'm trying to do is get you guys to understand that nothing will grow in fear. I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever looked into it, but there's an amazing doctor. His name's Dr. Emoto, and he's actually a Japanese doctor / scientist who deals with mindfulness. And he's done a program on the way that our mind can impact things. So the way that our mind transforms into energy and can have an impact on physical things. So what he's done is he's got 2 bottles of water. And in one, he loves on it every day. He tells it how amazing it is, how beautiful and fresh and clean and life-saving this water is. And then in the other one, he says, you know, you're dirty, you come from a dirty creek, and he talks really badly to it. I hate you, all those really powerful negative words that we can sometimes tell ourselves. And over the period of the study, the water actually transforms. The one that he was talking positively to grows all these beautiful crystals and is perfectly clear. And the ones that he was throwing all these negative thoughts actually turns to disgusting. It starts to grow bacteria and starts to discolor. And it just goes to show that that is thought energy. You know, what a lot of us don't even think about, it can transform physical objects. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is if you're approaching your business full of fear, and you have those negative thoughts going out, that energy is radiating out there, nothing is going to grow. You're going to be like that stagnant water, and you're not going to fly to where you want to fly, regardless of how consistent and how powerful you're being in your DMOs and things like that. So I found this little video. It doesn't really bring across exactly what I want, but it does give you something to think about. So whenever you feel fear, my mum said to me when I was growing up, and it's probably my favourite thing to remember, that every choice we make out of love or fear. And really, when you break it down, regardless of what choice you do, you either do it because you're frightened of the outcome, or you do it or you don't do it because you're frightened of the outcome, or you do it because your heart tells you to do it. So what I want you guys to really distinguish is that every move you make in your business can't be made out of fear. You have to spin it around. You have to watch that mindfulness to try and create a place of love and a place of nurturing and a place of happiness, because that, even though it sounds hippie and crazy, that is what's going to push your business further. All right, so I'm going to jump over to Miranda and just get her to share the screen with me. And then that way we can play this awesome video that I found. Just have a think of it, kind of get a little bit of an outline of what they're trying to do there.
2 secs.
All right, darling.
How are we looking?
It's gone all pixelated again, but it's all right, darling. We can just...
Oh, hang on, it's okay. I can make it smaller.
Yep, go on.
Can you just see it like that?
Yep.
All good?
Yep, that's a bit better. Go for it. We'll see how we go.
You get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here. And the decisions we make in this future are either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail, but you don't. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. You will only ever have two choices, love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
Thanks, Rams. For some reason, it still decided not to play. I don't know, just didn't like us tonight. But what I'll do is I'll put it in our team page, and then that way, hopefully, we can watch it without it being so pixelated and hear the sound and everything, because it is a really good one to get you thinking. It'll start to really help you understand that there is so much more that we could be doing to help our chances of having a happy and successful life. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to do a few basic little coaching questions. So I'm just going to run you through questions. I want you guys to answer completely honestly. Nobody's going to read these. Again, I've said that a couple of other training sessions. Nobody's going to read these. So you can be completely honest. You can tear them up afterwards. But I want you guys to be able to dig deep enough to be able to find any blockages. Because yes, we can go out there and we can put everything in love, throw love on everything, you know, like we want to do, like that video kind of promotes. We've got two choices. But yes, you can do that. But that's also not going to stop the blockages that are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right back and we're going to ask some basic questions. And I just want you to be totally honest with yourself and recognize if any blocks do come up. All right. So if you've got a pen and paper, I'll grab these ones and I'll just give, say 20 to 30 seconds in between each one to see how we go, to give you guys some writing time. All right. So the first one I want you to do is what's working in your business. Okay, so just write down what you think is working in your business. All right, fantastic. Now, the next one, generically, whatever comes to you, what's not working in your business? Now, the third one, What's preventing you? What do you think's holding you back in this business? Be brutally honest, guys. No one's going to listen to it. All right, so hopefully that's given you a little bit to think about already. Now, the fourth one, what's one thing that you can do tonight that will help you get where you want to be? All right, the next one. What do you fear? Leading on from that one, what can you work on to get you past that fear? And the last one, which is probably going to be the hardest one if you're answering honestly, are you willing and ready to do those things? Okay, so hopefully that's given you a little bit just to think about. If you missed any of those questions, feel free to type them up and I can go through them again. But I want you really to just think about maybe outside the box if there's anything that might be blocking your path to success in this business, whether it's a limiting belief. Personally, I know for myself, I didn't want to be one of those selling people. I had a lot of trouble with originally first posting on Facebook. I didn't want my friends to judge me. I was frightened of coming across like that. I was also frightened of other people's opinions. So if that's on your list, I think that's probably one of the common ones that does come up. But what I try and want you guys to understand is that is all fear-based. And in life, if you do let those fear-based decisions control you, we like to call them limiting beliefs, you're not going to see the success and the happiness that you want. And that's why this business is, they say that it is a self-development course designed as a business, because it really is. We have to do so much learning and we have to break down all of these walls and bridges and all sorts of crap that we build up to protect ourselves and to keep ourselves this certain condition. You have to break them down and you really have to work through them. So what you wrote down, I'd just love for you to keep for at least an hour, maybe till tomorrow, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what to go over. Look at them, think if you can add some more details in. I love the question that says, what can you do today to help some of those fears or to help stop what's limiting your business? Because it's so easy to know what the issue is. So for me, it was not wanting to originally post. I knew that was the issue, but I didn't want to do anything about fixing it because I didn't want people to think, okay? So what could I do today to solve that? I could just say, fuck it, and go out there and write the damn post, okay? And as soon as I did, I had mountains of people come to me and say, what is this? It sounds amazing. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel so bad. I realized that what was holding me back was something negative and it was never going to let me get where I wanted to go. So I really encourage you guys to look at that action phase and to really roll with that. So there's the other one, are you ready and willing? So if it's something that you're not ready and willing to do yet, what can you do in the meantime to help you build that belief? So if for you, you're still not ready, say, to post, if that's what we're going off as theoretically, go and build your belief in the industry. Realize that we're not some market sellers who are designed to throw things down people's throats. That's not what we're here to do at all. We're here to help, and we're only here to help the people with their hands up. We're not going out there and writing a list of all of our family and friends and going and attacking them. We're literally just saying, hey, look, we've found this amazing product. We love it. I'd love to see if you want to take a look. Okay? And just leave it open like that. You don't have to go to people. You don't have to chase people or headhunt or anything like that. All right? So that's a little bit about my limiting belief. I know everybody's in here is probably different, but I do seem to see that in those first few steps, so I know we've got a few lovely newbies on tonight, and we're going to have newbies watch the recording tomorrow, that a first initial step of posting on Facebook is vital. Okay, it doesn't have to be here, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm now a Juice Plus representative. It just has to be leading towards showing people what you're doing, because your business will not move if people don't know what you're doing. So you need to make it obvious. Okay, at the start, it can be subtle. You don't have to jump straight into it, like I said, but people need to know that your life is changing direction, that you're excited about a new business opportunity, that you're excited about your healthy journey. Okay, that you're excited about getting more goodness into your body. You're excited about seeing your kids sleep better. Little bits and pieces like that with a fun picture are really going to push your business. Okay, so for those people who are out there, if that was a blockage, work on it. If it wasn't, jump straight into it. Okay, because you want to get that posting up. I know I have some people who come into this business and they say, you know, I'm really good at doing face-to-face. I want to do face-to-face. And that's awesome. You know, Adam, who's our upline, he created most of his business face-to-face because he enjoys doing that. But that is 80% harder than using Facebook. Okay. I put up a post on Facebook. It reaches my 500 friends instantly. I can't go out there physically and talk to 500 people in this next 30 seconds, but I can by putting it on Facebook. So if you're into using social media, your business will thank you for it. Okay, at the same time, remember it is your personal page, so you need to bring yourself to that post. You don't want to look like a catalog. Okay, so my favorite ones are personal journeys, sharing personal journeys. Now that's product-wise. You can also utilize this concept if you're looking for team. So if you want team, start advertising the amazing things that you're excited to see by living that freedom lifestyle that, you know, we talk about in Team Freestyle. Talk about, you know, the fact that you may have the day off and you're so excited to see that every day is going to be like this soon. You might be able to take your kids to the park for a walk and just say, I'm so thankful that I get to spend the day working while taking my kids to the park. It's things like that that are advertising the availability of our job here online, okay, because people want that. There's people out there that don't want to wake up in the morning and have to go to work. There's people that would love to stay home and do a little bit of online work and get to take their kids to the park. So if that's what you're getting to do, advertise it and bring it out there. Make them aware that this is a consequence of our business, is that we get this free time. If you're not doing that and you're just messaging them or inviting them to events, they're going to think, what the hell? You know, that's cool. Have your little online thing. But they don't know what amazing concepts and amazing consequences it can bring. So that's what you have to advertise. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. So really with that, it's awesome with the product. Utilize it that way, but also utilize it to build team. Okay. And also if you're having struggles thinking about what to share, you don't know what you can bring to your Facebook page, I urge you just to get a piece of paper and write down 10 things that you love about the product. Write down 10 things that you love about the business and look on there and see if there's any way that you can incorporate those into a post. Okay? Now, if you don't have 10 things that you love about the business or you love about the product, you need to go back and build your belief. All right? This business is amazing. I spent the weekend away at NMD school on an all expenses paid trip. I met people who make close to $1 million a month in our company, in our industry. Now that's just mind blowing to me. You know, I laugh and say I'd be happy with that over a lifetime, but like, this is what we all do. The gentleman that I was talking to, you know, I didn't even realize who he was. Cool old guy, bald, loving life, just happy as, jumped on the bus in his jeans and nothing special, absolutely nothing special. I got talking to him and he had an accent. I said, oh, where are you from? He said, oh, I'm from Louisiana. I said, cool, you know, how's it going over there? Is this your first time to Australia? And he laughed and he said, oh, no, I've been here a few times. And we just got chatting. Anyway, turns out at that dinner that night, he's actually the guy that brought Juice Plus to our country. So he's actually really special, but you would never ever know it because he was so humble and so awesome. And he just sat there with me and had an amazing conversation about the fact that he used to be a grocery boy. Okay, he worked at our equivalent of Coles. He was nothing. He'd just broken up with his wife. He was on a minimum wage, and he literally had a 1-year-old that he'd never seen because he had to work 50 to 60 hours a week. Marriage had split up, so, you know, there was custody battles as well. He spent the next 4 years searching for an opportunity like ours. So there's people out there, you know, he was no one special, but he was dedicated enough and he's seen the power in our business. Now, this was over in America. Of course, our product started there, and he then seen the desire to bring it over to our country. And, you know, he said something amazing to me. Now, this man, like I said, earns $750,000 every month, every 30 days. And he said to me, you know, I laughed and I said, you're just so humble. Like, how are you so humble with that, you know, so much success around you? And he said, you will never meet humbler people than people in the Juice Plus community. He said, because most of us know what it's like to live off noodles one time or the other. And it really hit home because I thought, we're all normal people. We're all normal people with an extraordinary goal. We have better vision. You know, we want more from life. And there are other people out there that we can help with that. You know, there's other people out there who want more as well. So if I learned anything, it's really just that we're in the right industry. There is so much potential. So if you're frightened of doing a little post on Facebook, go and watch something from like Eric Worre or, you know, Simon Mitchell. He's one of my favorites. I wanted to share one of his videos, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it with our dodgy internet. But go and have a look at these. John Holowatti's another amazing one who did start off in our company as well. But they are making an insane living by network marketing. Okay, if you look into it, it is such a beautiful and passionate industry, and it's so different to our traditional industries that we really have our hands on a beautiful gold nugget. Okay, so if your belief is dropping, go and work on it. If you're unsure of our actual industry yet, or you're still wrapped up in the stigma, or you're worried about what people are going to think, go and immerse yourself in all the amazing things that this business grows. Because going and working in your 9 to 5 won't do that. Like, you know, I know for me, I used to work retail and it was shitty. I worked ridiculous hours for someone else and they didn't give a shit. An absolute shit, whether it was my birthday, whether it was Easter, whether it was my daughter's birthday, whether I had assignments due the next day. You know, as long as I was there doing my job, that's all they cared about. In this one, we have people who want to build you up, people who want to help you, people who want to see you succeed. And that is an anomaly. So if you don't have that belief yet, really go and look for it, because there's so much stuff there that you can see. Okay, and that's it too. If you're not finding team, you may find that there's a block somewhere there, belief-wise, in the industry or in the business. So that's always something that's going to help if you go and rewatch everything and really just secure that thought inside you that, yes, we're in the right industry and yes, we're doing something amazing. Okay. Now, on the other hand, the product, if you find that you're not having that belief in the product, you might be yourself a little bit of a skeptic to think, you know, are these fruits and veggies, berries real? Are they doing anything for me? Okay, if you don't have your own customer base yet, that can be an easy thought, you know, hands up, I did it at the start. I seen Lauren posting away and I thought, really? You can fit berries and veggies in a capsule? Cool. You know, that was my thought. And that was my limiting belief coming into this. But again, from the weekend, I met people that have been on this product for 18 plus years. And you can tell, like, if I didn't know that the product works, after seeing, 2 decades worth of having Juice Plus in your system, they're amazing. I was talking to a guy out there, and we definitely cannot ever state this because TGA listing, we can't say what our product does and doesn't do. But he's been surfing for, his whole life, and he's never once had a sunspot. And then I was talking to another lady there, and she said, yeah, whenever I get the sunspots, I break up the veggie capsules, I make a bit of a paste and I leave it on there overnight. And again, she's never had to have any of them removed because they literally disappear. Now, that's crazy stuff, but that is what we've got. Like, we literally have the live enzymes of fruit, veggies, and berries, the most powerful products on the planet, in our capsules. And, if you aren't certain that they actually do something, go and read that bloody testimonial page. Jump on there and have a look, because there's 200,000 people in there. 200,000 people with stories about our products and how they're changing lives. That is heartfelt stuff. If you don't have your own story yet, go and talk to any of these ladies who've been on it for 6 months. I can guarantee there's amazing stories. And you will build your own story too, because that's what the product does. And sometimes too, you're going to get the people who say, I don't feel any different. And that's a base thought. Like, that's a really base thought. If you don't understand the difference between your physical and your inside health, then that's something we really can't fix. Like, you can give them all the info, but the fact is that our products have 35 peer-reviewed studies of them now showing the cellular level of change. So there's actually one study that talks about repairing DNA. Okay, that's crazy shit. Like, that's awesome. People out there need to know about this stuff. So when you're posting, know that you're doing a good thing. If you're coming from the heart and you're coming from a place of love, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody down there says, oh, she got conned. Okay, because they don't understand the bigger picture. They don't understand that you're helping people get healthy. Okay, I always think that if I hadn't have, seen the product from Lauren and jumped on it, 8 months later, I was a bit of a slow jumper. But if I hadn't have actually done that, Miranda wouldn't have the product and Cooper wouldn't have seen the benefits that he's seen. Okay, not just me, but then Miranda as well. Okay, and I know Katie and Beryl, I just have up here said that they're feeling benefits. So again, that's a reflection of me taking the chance to jump on the product, to give it to Joe, for Joe to give it to Beryl, Beryl to give it to Katie. That is the amazing wonder of network marketing. It is not a scam. It's not a con. It's word of mouth on a product that works. Okay, so if you're having an issue with posting or you're having an issue of talking about it, that's your shit and you need to go and deal with it. And you need to find out why you don't feel comfortable talking about it or posting about it. All right, so I urged for you all tonight, tomorrow morning, write up a heartfelt post. Okay, it can be from any angle that you want, whether you want it business, whether you want it product. And look at posting it out there into the World Wide Web so that everybody knows what you're doing. Okay? I'm getting really passionate about it. You should have seen, if anybody's in Team Illuminate, Steve Coulter, go and watch his talk on the product at NMD school. I think we were all just about in tears because of his passion. Like, he's the one who's been on the product for 18 years. And he's also, a top fitness coach. His accreditations are ridiculous. But he knows his stuff, and what he went through and what he talked about, and he showed us the difference between the vitamins that you can buy on the counter and our products, and it's really just flawless. Like, what we've got is amazing. So don't ever feel bad about it. And if somebody gives you shit, like I know in our team, one of the beautiful new guys, Paul, if you watch this, I love you and I love your courage. One of his friends put slack on his first post. And, he was awesome about it. He handled it so well. And I don't expect you all to do that, because sometimes it's really, at the start, it's quite annoying when somebody tries to diss your belief and you're like, Dad, I know, stay off my crap, because I enjoy what I'm doing. But you have to really build that belief. And we're all here. Like, if you get one of those negative Nancys, come to us and say, look, my friend has just posted this. What can I say back to it? Because the only thing that makes people negative is ignorance. They don't understand, and they haven't taken it any further to go and look what our product actually is, what our business actually is. Okay? So yes, you've got people to lean on. Okay? The top leaders here in my group who have been here for the last 6 months with me, they understand how to fight these battles for you, and they're more than happy to go and give you that support. But what I urge you guys to do is go and find that courage yourself. Go and immerse yourself into the industry videos, the product videos, the testimonials, all that kind of stuff to really help yourself feel better about what you're doing. Okay, so that's just a little bit about getting started and pushing through those blocks. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is building your belief. So we talked a little bit about building your belief in the industry and in the product. But I want you guys to be really honest, and I'm going to get you guys to rate yourself. So if you've ever watched Simon Mitchell or had a coaching call with me, this is one of my favorite things to do because it really makes you guys get to the base of your answers and reflect on the truth. Okay, so I'm going to list 6 things, and I want you to rate yourself out of 10. So 1, as in you don't have any belief whatsoever, and 10, as in 120% you're there. You love it. You love the shit out of it. There's absolutely no doubt that your belief is awesome. Okay, so 0, 10. Now, the first one I want you to do, honestly, remember, no one's going to read them. I'm not going to ask you to do it out. This is solely for your benefit. Product. How do you rate your belief in the product? 1 to 10. Okay, how do you rate your belief in the company? So in Juice Plus. Number 3 is the industry, so the multi-level marketing industry. How do you rate your belief in the industry? Okay, number 4 is team. So what's your belief in the team? Now, you could split this up and do it as 2 parts if you want. If you're an established leader, you can rate your belief in your team, and then you can rate your belief in our entire team. So say you could even go right up to freestyle or team spirit. But just, I would prefer if you do have, at least 1 or 2 team, to rate it in 2 parts. So rate your own team and rate the greater community as well. Okay, number 5 is yourself. So what's your self-belief like? Do you believe that you can succeed in this business? Okay, number 6 is my favorite one. What's your belief in people like? Do you believe people are good people? Do you believe people are greedy? Do you believe people are flaky? Do you believe people are exciting? Have a think about everything, okay? And if that one stumps you, I want you to just quickly think in your head, you know that old flashback, someone shows you a picture and you have to think about the first thing that comes to your mind. Briefly, just think about people in general and what's the first adjective that comes to your mind. Desi, you're laughing. It better be a good one. Okay? Because that will really tell you a lot. All right, I'm going to go back and break it down, but while we're at people, this was my limiting belief. Okay? I believe people were crap. I don't like the way the human race treats other people. I don't like the fact that we have to deal with racism, sexism, discrimination. I don't understand any of it. And to me, that was a limiting belief because I didn't want to attract people because I didn't like them. Okay? And I really had to go back and start to think, some people are really amazing. There's people out there who contribute their whole lives to making others better. There's people out there that donate more than 50% of their income every week to make sure that others don't go without. Okay? There's amazing mothers and fathers and carers and guardians out there who are giving their all to make sure that little children are well looked after. So there are amazing people out there. if you have a limiting belief on people, really be aware of what you're surrounding yourself with, and if possible, change it. If it's not possible, just make time in your day to still go and really focus on the good in people. All right, so we're going to go back. Products we talked about. Now, you can change your belief in the products by the testimonials, watching our videos of how it's made, talking to the people who have been in the business for a long time. The company, okay, if you don't have any belief in Juice Plus, really go and search for any answers that can help you. I know for me, one of my favorite things is the Child Health Study. Okay, they donate millions and millions and millions of dollars every year to ensure that our next generation is going to be happier and healthier than the ones before it. That's massive. Okay, there's no other company out there who does anything like that. Okay, they also have an amazing Indigenous program where they sponsor Native communities in Australia and ensure that they have better nutrition, because that's something, you know, that we all know that can become really disease-ridden. If people have disgusting food cultures from the start, their life expectancy is going to be way less than somebody who knows about nutrition from the get-go. Okay, so the company is amazing. The industry, like I said, go and watch some of the mentors in our industry, really start to learn about the aspects of it, and don't be caught up in that outdated connotation that we work in a pyramid scheme, because I'll tell you, it's far from a bloody pyramid. Cool. Team. If you have trouble with your own team and you're a leader, you need to work out what it is that's causing that issue. If there's an underlying pattern, come and speak to me and we'll work out how that pattern got there. Okay? If you don't like the greater community, I'm really sorry, because we're really cool and you must just need to get to know us a bit better. Self. Now, this is one that will grow as we start to do the Juice Plus journey, whether you like it or not. Okay, we have to go through moments of this where we find our limiting beliefs. We have to go through stages in our life where we face challenges and have to jump out of our comfort zone. And again, that will help your self-belief. Now, if you rated low on your belief, you need to be willing to do something about it, or you need to be willing to leave the business, because you will not go far in this business if you don't know that you deserve it. Okay, that is one of the, I just draw a line in the sand there, because that is like one of the things that will never happen. It goes back to the Dr. Emoto with 2 bottles of water. You've got one full of love, you've got one full of fear. If you're hating on yourself and you have no self-belief, you will not feel those benefits of success and happiness. All right. Again, we do self-belief training so often. Every Monday night, there is aspects of self-belief training. I always love to do it because I think without personal growth, we may as well be dead. So my trainings every fortnight, we do a lot of personal growth. And invest in time yourself to grow. Go and do things that you really enjoy. Read books from people that you enjoy. Do things that you enjoy. Things that you may not be getting the chance to do because everything else is important. Go back to basics and really put yourself first and work on that. Okay, and people, like I said, surround yourself with better people. Sometimes it's hard. If you're in an industry, I know we've got a few on here that work in child protection. You're going to be meeting people that are horrible. There's no other nicer way to say it. They're just completely lost on this journey. Go and immerse yourself in others in your spare time with people who are amazing, people who are contributing and doing beautiful things. There's always that choice that we have to either wallow in what we don't like or to step out and go and find something that we do. All right. Now, the last thing, just quickly before we finish up training, I really want to talk about being consistent. Now, for me, we talk about your limiting beliefs and your blockages. Go and post. Like I said, go and post, go and put yourself out there, go and find your blockages and run through them. But if you don't do that consistently and you don't try and jump every hurdle that's going to come your way, the business will not grow. Okay, I know Linda says it so amazingly. If you don't grow in this business, you're dead. Okay, but she says it's so easy to grow because all you need to do is duplicate and be consistent. And that is literally what multi-level marketing is. Duplicating what people have done and being consistent with it. Okay, We are lucky enough in Linda's team, so that's Team Spirit, for those of you who are only just joining us. We have the amazing ability to be able to go 5 generations deep in our community. So you have me, you'll have any uplines in between us, you have me, then you'll see Lauren Berry, then we've got Adam Westwick, and then we have Linda. Okay, now Linda's Team Spirit, she has been in this business for 8 years. She makes a phenomenal income, but she's a phenomenal lady. She's here on the Gold Coast. She does an event every Thursday night if anybody would ever like to tune into it. She is amazing. She's my total girl crush. I adore her. I love that she is so switched on, both business-wise, both person-wise, and emotionally. You know, she's so spiritual and she's so aware of any shortcomings, and she works on them. Okay, so for her to say that consistency and duplication are important, they're important. If they work for her, hers are Thursday nights, Katie. They're the Own Your Own Life events. Cool. Okay, so like I said, if you find that blockage and you go out and you find the courage to post once tomorrow morning, that is awesome. But it does take people 3 to 7 times to see the same thing before they approach it. Okay, that's marketing statistics for anybody who's ever done marketing. You need to see something 3 to 7 times before you go and say, oh, maybe I'll take a bit of a look at that. Okay, and that's just bare minimum. In our industry, it's hard because you may do 3 to 7 posts, but your friend may have only seen one of them. Okay, they may really like it, but they're just waiting for you to be consistent, and they're waiting to see that your commitment to this product and this business doesn't waver. If you go hard at this for a month, you know, you're posting every second day, you're loving life, you've got your positive quotes everywhere and life is awesome, and then the next month it all drops off, nobody's going to approach you. Okay, nobody's going to take you seriously. Sometimes it can take 5, 6, 7, a year. Okay, it can really take a long time for people to build up their confidence in you and the product. So the way to help them feel comfortable and feel safe and trust what you're doing is to be consistent. All right, for me, be present on Facebook every day. That doesn't mean a Juice Plus post, you know, or anything of the sort, but it means engage in Facebook every day because you need to be consistently present. I would, if you're looking at taking this business far, do a minimum of a post every second day about either the business or the product. Now, at the start, I really encourage you to build around the product first, around the program. Okay, so whether you want to use the JBT or whether you want to use the actual products themselves, really, really focus on that. Okay, focus on the fact that you're being consistent with that and that you're bringing it up. Cool. Then once you've built that belief in the product, then you want to bring in the aspect that you're doing the business. Okay, that may seem a little bit off, and I don't mean it in that way at all. I don't mean it to be, you know, sneaky or anything. But again, in human nature, people want to build the trust in the product first before they think that you may be making money off it. Okay, because if I just go, here, these products are awesome and I'm getting you commission, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to think, oh, sweet, yeah, you really must know your stuff about this product and they must be awesome. They're just going to think that you want the income. All right, so I encourage you guys to be smart about that aspect and really focus on the product and the program first. But if you've been in the business for a month or 2 and you're starting to want team, you really do need to start advertising that business aspect as well. Because even though it can have connotations and stigma around it, it is amazing. You know, for the people who want to break it down and actually see what this business is inside its shell, it's amazing. And like I said, there's people out there who do want that. All right. Now, I know that's easy for me to say. I've been here 6 months and I've had an amazing whirlwind hurricane kind of journey. But what I'm going to do, she's going to hate me for it, but I'm going to swap over to Miranda, because now Miranda she is my consistency. If Miranda wanted to leave, she could have left at least probably 25 times by now, but she didn't. She stuck it out, and she is now seeing amazing benefits because of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to her and spotlight her, and just get her to share a little bit about her journey and what she found worked, what she hated about being consistent, and how she actually felt. So Rans, the floor is all yours.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, okay. I hate public speaking, but I'll give it a good crack. My name is Miranda, for those who don't know me, and I am, directly under Katrina. I have been in the business now. This is my 6th month. I have just gone SC last month. It was by no means easy. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's all rosy, because my journey sure as hell wasn't. When I started, I guess, I was introduced to this by Katrina, obviously. Loved the sound of the product, so obviously started on the product. That same night I actually signed up to the business, really naively, not really going to an event, not having a clue what I was really going for, apart from listening to the product and then kind of going, oh, there's more to this. Fell in love with it and signed me up, ready to go. My son had amazing benefits. I won't go into huge details, but we had great benefits. So for me, it was very, very easy to share the benefits of the product. My first, I think I hit DVF for you guys that are brand new. So it's your first few orders. I hit that one in my first day. The next, my customers went out of control. I had 25 customers in my first couple of weeks, and that is not duplicatable by any means. But I do feel that it came from my vulnerability, and I believe it came from me being a trustworthy person. That's how I feel about myself, that, what I was putting out there to the world, people obviously believing it, because I don't tell lies. I'm pretty straightforward and tell people how it is. So that's kind of where my customers came from. Within 10 days, I had hit SDVF. So just quickly, that's your 1 team member and then your 4,000 points. That'll happen super duper quickly. I got praised as we do in the business, and it was all amazing and wow, this is really easy, and everything was super exciting, and then it just stopped. I think for myself, I had a huge belief in myself because everybody made me feel so amazing that I got there so quickly, but then very quickly I stopped because I wasn't moving as fast as I wanted to. I am my own worst enemy. I'm a very, very I'm a high achiever. If I don't do something, bang, then I get really frustrated really, really quickly. So that's what happened. It stopped and it stayed there and it didn't move for 4 months. 5 months even. My first team member, kind of, good friend, dropped off the face of the earth. My next team member decided this business wasn't for her either. So I lost belief in myself really, really quickly. I had my own shit going on and I let it all get in the way. I could have given up, like Katrina said. I was out. I was like, this is too hard. I felt like I was losing people. I wasn't, but it was in my own head that I was, asking people to look at this thing, and then it was all kind of not working for me. But I now know, after having such huge growth now, that I was getting my own self was in my way. I had to let go of some shit for me to move forward. I started to work on myself. I stayed consistent the whole time. As much as on my crappy days, I didn't feel like talking about team because I didn't feel like I was good enough to have team. The team I had left, so I'm like, well, I don't need any more. That's kind of all internal, how I was feeling. Obviously, I have amazing mentors in the business who kept telling me it wasn't that, but I really did have to get myself out of my own head. So it was extremely stagnant for a very long time, and I was becoming very, very frustrated, and I was constantly telling myself I was stuck. I wasn't stuck, but I needed to work on myself to move forward. And if I can say anything to you guys, it's definitely build the belief in yourself, as well as the amazing business that we have. If you don't believe in yourself, you've got nothing. And I learned that the hard way. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I feel like I want to cry. I was totally good enough. I just needed to refocus and know and always remember why I started doing this. It's not always easy, but far out it's worth it. So consistency, like we were talking about, I stayed there, and the days I didn't feel like posting about team, I posted about team. The days I, felt shit about myself and I didn't want to talk about the product, I continued to post about the product. I've now still staying consistent. My team is growing beautifully because I've let go of the shit that I had was holding me back. I know it's not true, but it's amazing what we can do in our own little heads when we let it. So just keep going, guys. Like I know it's hard, and I say it as a leader now to my guys. Like I'm not going to lie to them, and when they're having those crappy days, I felt it. I felt every single second of it, and it's okay to have that moment, but don't sit there. And that was my problem. I was having all those moments, but I couldn't get it out of my head, and I couldn't move forward because I was constantly replaying everything. So the quicker I let, all that shit go, my business has started to move. Like I said, I hit SC, which to be honest, I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, shit, I've got to do a restart. I've got to do all this crap. Oh my God. I'm not going to get a bonus. This is awful. I hate this. What am I doing? But I moved, but I stayed consistent the whole time. That's one thing I wouldn't, as much as the people were shitting on me and, all the negative Nancy's were saying, whatever they wanted to say about me and what I was doing was crap. They can't deny the results I've had for myself and my own family. But all I can say right now is that if you are having trouble or feel like you're stuck, I know how you feel, and I've definitely sat there. Feel it, acknowledge it, but then move on. You're not stuck. You just have to work out what's going on in your own little heart and keep things moving. I promise that it does move. I have definitely absolutely felt it, and it's tough for the minute, but let it be like that for the minute and keep going. Don't ever stop what you're doing, guys. The shit days, keep posting. It makes you feel better. When you get those shitty little comments, like it. They love it. Like it. Oh, good on you, fruits and veggies in a capsule. Hit the like button. It does their heads in. I promise you. Don't reply. Just like it. Like, who cares? Let them think what they want to think. You guys know in your own heart that what you're doing is right. You're doing it for your own reasons, and we're all in this for completely different reasons. So keep chugging along. I promise you that this business is definitely worth it. And if it wasn't for you guys and, the amazing team that we all have around us, I definitely would have, been gone, long gone. But I see the light at the end of the tunnel. There is a really big, it was a long, dark tunnel, but I knew I wasn't going to stay there, and I knew I was worth more. So just definitely go and work on yourselves when you're having those little moments and stay consistent. And I promise you it's worth it. I am now talking to people. I've now got people joining my team that I have been talking to for the last 5 months. It's definitely about, like Katrina said, staying present in their life. So, liking their posts, doing a little comment, if they're having a crap day, letting them know, I hope you feel better soon. Just being there. They can't forget you. They don't forget you if you're constantly in their life. So I now have a beautiful team member that's joined up, and we have been chatting on and off for 6 months. It wasn't her time the whole time. And it was only a week ago, she just said, right, I'm ready. I didn't even check in with her that day. She just said it to me, I'm ready. So I can definitely vouch for staying consistent. Don't ever give up on people. We have to do this when we're ready. And if it's right for them, they will be ready. It might not be right now, but keep doing what you're doing. And I promise you that they will stick around. I have my closest of friends, 6 months in, saying to me, so this thing's legit, right? Yes, it's legit. It's life-changing. I've got, another close friend that just said to me yesterday, so can I, hasn't mentioned it at all, and then just pops up and goes, so can I order the product just for my children? Yeah, you can do that. Has never once had a conversation with me, but they're always watching. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep chugging along. On the shit days, put up a positive quote. It makes you feel better. Love on your haters. They hate it. It's great. Just keep doing what you're doing. I promise you that, we have an amazing team supporting you guys, and we're all in this together. So on your crappy days, come to us. We're all here. Whether you're, directly in our teams, or whether we're sideline bunnies, or whether you're, 3 people down from us and across the road, you know, wherever you are, don't feel that you can't talk and that, you know, you guys are never alone. I think you're all amazing. Thank you for listening. Sorry, I'm just feel like I'm flapping, but but I've got so much to say and I could probably keep going, but like, we're talking about consistency, like Katrina said. Let's stay consistent. If you guys stay in line, I swear, you know, it will definitely come. I've definitely, been there and felt it. So keep chugging, keep doing what you're doing. And I look forward to talking to you all soon. And can you take me off this spotlight thing, because it's really awesome.
Should I just leave you on for longer now, just because you hate it? I'll just finish the rest of the one with you on the screen. I love that. I think we should convert people to sideline bunnies instead of sideline bunnies. It's really cute. What do you reckon, girls? Because we've got Queen NMD now rather than QNMD, so we may as well have sideline bunnies too. But thank you so much, darling. Seriously, I love hearing your journey, and I know that it hasn't been easy for you, and I've been the annoying one always going, yeah, fine, just keep going. And you've probably been like, fuck off with your, you know, but seriously, it's because we love you and we know that this business isn't an overnight success. You have to, you know, like I go back to the days when I used to teach dancing. We taught dancing to, you know, I think I'd show up every week and I had one student in the class for probably 2 years. You know, and it was exhausting. I just used to think, what the hell am I doing? I'm earning $5 for an hour of my time and I paid the whole 35 of it. You know, it didn't make sense to me. But 8 years later, that same studio had, you know, we'd have a concert and there'd be over 1,000 people there. So it's all about plugging in. In our business, things move at lightning speed. So you don't have to wait 8 years, but you may have to wait 12 months. Okay? But being consistent is what's going to get you there. All right? I'll put Simon's video into our page, but he really talks about the fact that you get paid 3 to 6 months after you do the work. Okay? So the work that you do now isn't going to be reflected in your next paycheck. You might get your next paycheck and think, Jesus, what am I doing? Like, this business isn't paying me like I want it to. But the fact is that you are laying the building blocks of an amazing business that will pay off in 6 months' time, 8 months' time. You know, just keep building away at it, keep plugging, keep listening to us cheer you on, because I know you can all do it. And like Miranda said, enjoy the face down moments, because they're the ones that make you grow. Those days you feel like shit, the days you don't want to do anything, they are the days that you can learn the most from yourself. Okay, be honest. Write down these questions and look at where all the negative shit's coming in. Okay, so I'm not going to ramble because I know we've already gone over time. Must have been that terrible video that didn't work, Randa. But I will put it on the Facebook page because I really want you guys to watch it, because it does share a lot of really good little nuggets. Okay, so, and just to let you guys know, Miranda has something like 8 frontline this month. All of a sudden. So somebody who went 5 months with nothing, she built the foundation so strong even when she felt she was doing nothing, and now all of a sudden it's just boomed. And it literally will. Somebody told me once this business is like riding up a hill. So you struggle, you get to the top, you think, oh yeah, this is okay, the view's really nice, I finally got what I wanted, and then you just slide down and you think, shit, why did I want all this? Now I've got an overworkload, and you know, it's constantly that up and down of the hills. So just enjoy it, embrace it, and learn from it where you can. All right, so I'm going to go because my family's just talking in the background, and apparently that's what you do. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you all. I have so much admiration for you all for jumping on tonight. I'm going to save this. I'm recording, so that way if you know of anybody who wants to watch it, who's just starting out, maybe one of your newbies or some team. I know our Tracy's team actually have a launch on tonight, so some of them are missing it. But yeah, I just love on all of you guys, love on your teams, and just remember to keep that love in your heart. Fear is useless. Okay, it's never going to get you where you want to be. All right, I'm going to sign out and I'm going to turn off this recording. Good night.